Good morning, happy Wednesday. Our last Wednesday together for the summer holidays at least, but we won't dwell on that. We'll talk about what we've got coming up today. It's Wednesday, it's of course Joke Wednesday, that's one of the most important things, but it's also all about nature and nurture on a Wednesday. Outdoor activity, nature, nurture, and tree hoppers are coming along very shortly. How are you doing? How are you getting on for our last week? Now, don't forget, you've been sending in your pictures. We've got a prize to give away this Friday. But also, you've got your opportunity to get your certificate as well. Don't forget to get your grown-ups to go online to the Mid-Sussex District Council Play Days at Home Club onto the homepage, and you can download your certificate. All they've got to do is fill out a little bit of feedback about what you thought about, not just me, about all of it. And you can get your certificate. This is what it looks like. This is what mine looks like. Bang, look at that. I joined in the Play Days at Home Club Summer 2020, and there's my name on it, Tomfoolery, because I've been I got mine a little early, of course, but that's only so I can show you guys. You can get your certificate and show everyone that you've been joining in and be proud of the first ever Play Days at Home. You've taken part in the first ever Play Days at Home Club. Yeah, this is the first time this has been done with Mid-Sussex District Council and in this format. Yep, it's the first time and you guys have been a part of it. So get your certificates up there, put them on the wall, and keep in touch as well, won't you? Anyway, we've still got a few more days left to go. Let's not get all upset first. Oh, and I wanted to show you this as well. Because Olivia Ward, who is age 9, has sent in a picture. She's entering the competition this week. There we go. That's Olivia's picture. Thank you so much. She's going to be in the judging, in the offering for this week's contest, where you could win £10 shopping voucher for a local shop of your choice. So still time to get your entries in as well. So today is Joke Wednesday, the last of the Joke Wednesdays. So now I'm going to make you roll around the floor laughing with the funniest jokes of the week. Are you ready for this? What's red and invisible? Absolutely no tomatoes. Why does a giraffe have a long neck? Because his toes really smell. Why did the starfish blush? Because the seaweed. Ugh. What is about a foot long and slippery? A slipper! Why did the chef get sent to prison? Because he beat the eggs and he whipped the cream. How do you catch a squirrel? Climb a tree and act like a nut. Where does Tarzan buy his clothes? At a jungle sale. What time should you go to the dentist? Ooh, about 2:30. 2:30. What do you call a man sitting on your doorstep? Matt. Hi, Matt. He's a Matt. What animal do you look like when you're just about to get into the bath? Oh, a little bear. Bear. What's red and smells like blue paint? Red paint? What do you call a gorilla with bananas in his ears? Call him what you like, he's not going to hear you. But what do you call a fish with no eyes? A fish. What goes? Thud. A monster laughing his head off. Boom. What do you call a boomerang that won't come back? Stick. Why don't polar bears eat penguins? Because they can't get the wrappers off. Their fingers are too big. They can't peel the wrap. It's my favourite. Oh, did you hear about the joke about the pizza? Did you know that about the pizza? No, don't. It's too cheesy. What do kittens like to eat? Mice cream. Mice cream. What do you get if you cross an elephant with a fish? Swimming trunks. Trunks. Why do bees hum? Because they forgot the words. What do you call a rich elf? Wealthy. What? Two hedgehogs were in the middle of the road and they were near a zebra crossing, and one says, "Wait, we can't cross here." And the other says, "Why not?" And the first one says, "Look what happened to the zebra." When does it rain money? when there is change in the weather? Why did the toilet paper roll down the hill? To get to the bottom. I love Joke Wednesdays. I'm going to miss Joke Wednesdays, but it's going to continue in my house. Yes, my kids are loving coming up with all the jokes with me. I hope you've enjoyed that over the last 6 weeks as well. And of course, today is the last of our Nature Nurture and Tree Hoppers videos of the last 6 weeks. Big thank you to Susan, Mel and Sarah for sending in such a great variety of outdoor activities. Wednesdays has been our outdoor day all throughout these summer holidays. Big thank you to those, and we're going to miss them. We're going to miss them, but you can keep in touch. You can look them up and keep in touch with their videos as well. So today's our last session. Tree Hoppers, Nature Nurture, then of course Maggie from Music Bus will be back with another song and actions today, and she'll also be back tomorrow. So I will see you after this. Have fun, guys.
Hello, I'm Suzanne from Tree Hoppers Forest Kindergarten in East Grinstead, and I run a woodland nursery. So we are working with Mid Sussex District Council on their play days at home again, and this week it's all about wild art. So making paintbrushes and making paint with things that you find in nature. So you might have noticed that there are lots of blackberries around at the moment. So many. At our site in East Grinstead, they are everywhere, and we've been eating them, obviously, smashing them up to make paint, making flags, all sorts of things. So we wanted to share with you a few of the things that we've been doing. So let's start off with how to make a paintbrush. So the first thing you need is your trusty stick. It doesn't need to be freshly cut, just one that you find on the ground. And then you need to have a look around you and see what else you can find to attach to it that would make a nice thing to paint with. Feathers, that would work if you're lucky enough to come across one of those on your walks. Or you might find pine cones, different sorts of leaves. And then if you've got some wool or string or even some elastic bands, then attach all your things to the top of the stick like that, and then just wrap your string or wool or elastic bands around, and then you've got a very simple paintbrush. So we've got some photos next to show you of some of the paintbrushes that we've made. And then Carol from Tree Hoppers is going to show you a different sort of paintbrush that you can make. That involves some banging with a hammer or a mallet, so that's quite good fun. But what you will need for that one is to cut a piece of a stick, piece of wood with either some secateurs or some loppers, so you might need your adult for that one, and then bash it, because you can't use an old stick for that. It needs to be a piece of freshly cut wood.
Go with our painting. We've made some natural paintbrushes. So I've got some hazel, and then smaller pieces are generally better. And then with a hammer or a mallet, just bash the end of it really, really hard. You need smaller bits to do it with children. And eventually it starts splitting to make a paintbrush. So it's getting there. The smaller pieces work a bit better, and then you can use your paintbrush to do the painting on your big bit of paper. You can have paper on the table or paper wrapped around a big tree.
So you can also have a go at making some paint from natural materials too. We often like to play with clay at our nursery, But when it dries up, it goes all hard and you can't really use it anymore. But we found that actually you can. So we get the clay when it's all hard and we bash it all up and grind it into making paint. And you can do with that with other things too. So you might have some chalk, you might have some charcoal left over from your barbecue that you've had in the garden, and then you bash it up and you can make some natural paint. Mud is also good, as we've spoken about before.
Okay, so this morning at Tree Hoppers we have been making our own paint. So we're getting some old dry clay. We're putting it into one of these, but you can put it, if you've got a pestle and mortar, that would do. And then, we're crushing it up and making it into smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller pieces. And then, when it's got pretty small, we've been sieving it. We're using our colander first, and then sieving it with this. And then we have been...
Is this enough mixing?
collecting it into there.
Is this enough mixing?
Then we pour in a little bit of water to make it into paint.
Blackberries. Have you noticed blackberries growing all around you? It's blackberry season and it's come very early, probably because we've had such amazing weather. So the first thing you need to do is gather some blackberries. Now we've been doing that quite a lot over the last couple of weeks and eating quite a lot too. But did you know that you can also make paint from blackberries? And it makes a gorgeous colour. So you'll need a container, gather your blackberries, mash it up, add some water, and there you go. So coming up next is a few photos of some of the things that we've been doing with our blackberry paint. Sometimes we get the lumps out, sometimes we don't. We just like using it, lumps and all. And then Carol is going to show you how you can make a very simple blackberry coloured flag using a stick, some string, blackberries obviously, and some masking tape. Have a look.
I'm mashing up the blackberries here, and over here we've got a letter on the material, and we're painting
a letter
and we're painting all the way around it. Yes, that's it. See if you can paint all of the white bits here, all of the white bits at the edge. That's it. We're going to paint it all red with our blackberry paint.
I don't want to do that bit.
Okay, that's fine. And we can do all this bit as well. That's it.
I want to do the painting on paper.
Then we're pegging them up to dry.
But I'm going to put this in there.
It's dried, peel off the tape.
We already did that.
We already did that, and you'll be left with the white where your letter was. And then you need to get yourself a stick. We've got a stick here, and we're going to tie it to the stick to make ours into a flag. But you can make it into a flag, or you can make lots together to make some bunting.
I want to make it into a flag.
A flag. So we're going to cut a little hole in the end here,
Right
put the string through, and my helper's already done a little hole there. So we're just going to put the string through here and then tie it to our stick here. Oops, if we can. There we go. Tie that one there.
You did it.
Tie that
this
one
isn't
there.
under here though.
And then
But it isn't under.
Oh, don't worry, it'll be all right. And then
I want it to be under it.
Okay, then we'll tie this one to this end.
Yeah.
Okay?
Because then it doesn't really look like a flag.
That. And there we have our flag.
So we really hope that that's given you a few ideas of things to try using natural materials, and that you can make some paintbrushes and some natural paint. So give it a go. Enjoy. Thanks for watching. Bye.
Hi, I'm Mel and I'm from Nature Nurture Sussex, and today's activity is all about blackberries. Now we are going to be using blackberries to make a natural dye, and you can see here that I've got this cauldron bubbling away. It looks just like a witch's cauldron actually. And this is my dye vat. So what I've done is heated some water up on the fire and added lots of blackberries. And I'm going to show you how we started that off now. Now it goes without saying that if you are working with fire, you need to be really careful and you need to take sensible precautions. And that's definitely the case at the moment after this long, hot, dry summer that we've been experiencing. So if you want to do this activity, the best thing to do is to do it in your kitchen, on your hob. But obviously if you are happy with fire, if you've got a setup in your garden where you've got a fire pit and you're comfortable with that, then you can do it on the fire. And if you're interested in learning about fire, learning about how to make a fire safely, then you could join a forest school session and learn a bit more about that. Fire is a really important part of forest school, and it's something that we at Nature Nurture Sussex use a lot. We use it to cook food, we use it to keep warm in the winter, and we use it for craft activities like this one. So if you do want to learn more about fire, and it's something that it is quite important to learn about, go along to a forest school group, and you'll find as we move into the autumn that fire does play quite a key part in forest school as the weather cools down. So that's a really nice time to get involved with something like that. Now, as you can imagine, my children have had a lot of experience in making fire, and they've learned how to make fire safely. So my son's going to show you how we started this fire. So when we'd lit the fire, we put this lovely cauldron of water onto it, and then we put lots and lots of blackberries into the water, and we're just letting it simmer so the water changes colour. Now, we love using blackberries at forest school. They're a brilliant thing to forage because you can't really go wrong with them. Everybody knows what a blackberry looks like, and everybody knows what a bramblebush looks like. So they're a great thing to go out and pick. And you can cook with them. You can obviously make blackberry jam or blackberry crumble, or they're really nice just thrown on your breakfast cereal or in some yoghurt. But they're also really brilliant for crafting, and they make a really great dye. And this is particularly good if you've got a source of blackberries that you're not happy to eat. So if the blackberries are in an area that there's a lot of dogs, you might not want to eat them. Or if maybe they're on a busy road and you think that they've possibly been tainted by the road fumes and the traffic fumes, then blackberries they're great to use for crafting. So we've been out and we've collected a lovely box of blackberries, and we added these to our bag. So my dye vat's looking great now. It's a really deep purple colour. So I'm going to get some fabric ready to put in. Now you could use old t-shirts if you've got some old white t-shirts or vest tops that are maybe slightly stained. Or you can buy bags that are just sort of made of plain material, and they're great for dyeing as well. But today I'm just going to use some old sheets. So I've just got an old sheet that I've cut up into some squares, and I'm going to have a go at tie dyeing. So I'm going to start off with this one. I'm going to take the middle and pinch it, and I'm just going to tie this up with a couple of pieces of string and see if we can get some patterns. So I've got some string in my pocket, and I'm just going to wrap it round and tie it really tightly. Now the important thing when you choose which string to use is actually not to use natural string, because that will absorb the dye as well, and then you won't get a pattern basically. So you need to use some string that's sort of got a synthetic element really. So this is like a really thin paracord, but you could use nylon string. So I'm just going to bind this one up with two strings like that. Looks a bit like a ghost. Whoa. And I'm going to pop that in the dye vat. Yeah. I'm going to do a slightly different pattern with this fabric. I'm actually going to fold it up like a concertina type shape, like that. And then I'm going to take some string and again just wrap it round. And I'm going to put a couple more on there. So it'll be interesting to see if this gives us a different pattern from the first attempt. But you can experiment with all sorts of things, all sorts of different ways of tying your fabric up. That's one of the major parts of forest school, is actually experimenting and trying different things and enjoying that process. There we go. So I'm going to pop that one in the dye vat too. So you can visibly see the fabric changing colour. So you can actually watch it, and when it's a colour that you like the look of, you can take it out very, very carefully. Once the fabric's cooled down, then you can unwrap the string and see what patterns have been left behind.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1, blast off! Oh, that was fun, wasn't it? Did you like that, Eddie? Oh, so yesterday we did 5 Little Men in a Flying Saucer, and that reminded me of a song. Can you see I've got my doggy here today? He's having a scratch. Called Zoom, 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 We're Flying to the Moon. Would you like to sing that with me? And oh, that's it, off he goes. Zoom, 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 we're flying to the moon. And we do 5, so we're going to count down. You can count up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and count up. Then, can you count backwards? Can you go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So that's a little game for you, isn't it? To have a go at seeing if you can count backwards. So are you ready? We're going to go to the moon. Here we are, put the music on. Oh, what would it be like if we're going to the moon? Zoom, 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 we're flying to the moon in a rocket. Zoom, 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 we'll be there very soon. Ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Blast off! Whee! Did you blast off? Should we do it again? You ready? Zoom, 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 we're flying to the moon. Zoom, 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 we'll be there very soon. Ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Blast off! Whee! Oh, very good. Give yourselves a clap. Did you like that one? I did. Oh, there's another song starting. What could that be? So, we had fun with going to the moon, didn't we? But I think we could sing another song, one that everybody knows, even your grown-ups know, and it's called Bar Bar Black Sheep. So let's think about the words. Bar Bar Black Sheep. Have you any wool? Yes, sir, 3 bags full. 1 for the master and 1 for the dame and 1 for the little boy who lives down the lane. So should we put the music on and have a sing together? Would you like that? Oh, I would. Shall we get going? Here we go. Do you like this one as well, don't you? Are you ready? Ba ba black sheep, have you any wool? Yes sir, 3 bags full. 1 for the master and 1 for the dame and 1 for the little boy who lives down the lane. Oh, can you see that little boy? Oh, I hope he lives with his grown-ups. Yes, he does. Ready? Ba ba black sheep, have you any wool? Yes sir, 3 bags full. Thank you, said the master, and thank you, said the dame, and thank you, said the little boy who lives down the lane. Oh, that was fun, wasn't it? Good job. So, I had fun today with that, did you? And then maybe you could think about making up your own song with the same tune as Bar Bar Black Sheep. So I said, Eddie the teddy was cuddly and warm. I like to cuddle him in my room. Or you can make up your own song, couldn't you? But it's time now, nearly, for us to say goodbye. So shall I put the goodbye song on? Would you like to sing my goodbye song with me? And you could get one of your toys to come and wave goodbye to me as well. So I'm just going to pop it on for you. And it's ding, 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 ding. Making noise at music bus. Here we go. So Eddie's going to sing as well. Are you ready? Bye-bye, nice to see you. Oh, go on and win, Imba. Wave goodbye, you've had fun and so have I. Come again and sing with us, making noise at music bus. Wave goodbye, you've had fun and so have I. Come again and sing with us, making noise at music bus. Wheels on the bus go round and round all day long. Oh, very good, nice to see you. Have a lovely day.
Brilliant. Thank you very much, Maggie from Music Bus, and of course Mel, Sarah and Susan for their amazing outdoor activities. I hope you have enjoyed that today. Lots and lots of fun. Loving the flower printing and loving all that, and the wild art. That is amazing. You can keep doing all these things, and of course all of these videos are available for you to go back and watch at any point as well. So maybe on the weekends after school, if you think, oh, I remember doing that activity, I'd like to do it again, that's fine. Go back and find us on YouTube. We're still going to be here, sitting here, ready for you, whenever you want us. Guys, that is our Wednesday. Don't forget, you still got just a day or so to get your pictures in for the competition this Friday, the last chance to win your £10. And don't forget about the certificates. Get your grown-ups to go on and register. Give us your feedback from this last 6 weeks. And be honest, we can take it. And you can get yourself your certificate for taking part in the Play Days at Home Summer Holidays activities with Mid Sussex District Council. Been lots of fun. Tomorrow is Thursday. 2 more days left to go. And looking forward to it. We'll see you soon, guys. Take care.